This new update will make loads 50% faster, add backwards compatibility, and even redesign the entire home screen and UI. So let's dive on in. Hey everybody, Theleam Gaming here. Today I'm going to be talking about the huge update to be released for Xbox One in November. So you probably already heard about it by now, but about a month or two ago, Mike Ybarra, a lead engineer on Microsoft responsible for the Xbox portion of it, he was at E3 and he announced backwards compatibility, which basically blew everybody's mind because that was a very highly demanded thing that the community wanted. Everybody was asking for that because they kind of wanted to be like PlayStation 3 to PlayStation 2. They wanted backwards compatibility because that was popular with the PlayStation users. So he announced it, everybody went wild. So yeah, that's one of the things they're going to be adding in the new update. And now, if you're wondering, recently a bunch of people have been asking about when are we going to be able to play it, when is it going to be available. He actually put on his Twitter when it's ready as a joke, but the other day he was actually on the podcast of Major Nelson Radio, and he was on there and he explained that there's actually a group of about 100 people playing it right now. But you can only get it, only these select people can get it, and they're very dedicated fans that help them find bugs and everything, and they're eventually going to shorten the group. But right now, there's only a limited amount of games that you can play backwards compatible, and I'm going to list them right now, real quick, before I play this clip. Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts, Banjo-Kazooie, Banjo-Tooie, Battle Block Theater, Defense Grid, Geometry Wars Evolved, Hexus HD, Jetpack Refueled, Cameo, Mass Effect, Perfect Dark Zero, Small Arms, Super Meat Boy, Toy Soldiers Cold War, Viva Pinata, and Viva Pinata Trouble in Paradise. Now, those are the only titles that are backwards compatible right now, but they are adding more in the development as it goes. And they're going to try to have lots more titles before the update actually does come out in November. But I'm just going to play this short clip right here about the testing that it was on the Major Nelson podcast. So here we go.
And so what we're going to do is we're going to actually send an invite through Xbox messages to everybody in the preview program today.
Yep.
They'll get this message. They'll be able to opt in to the new Xbox experience. And then what we will do is we'll select a smaller group. We'll pick and choose the people that have worked with us the best over the last year in the preview program,
Great.
Submitted the most bugs, the feedback.
The most active folks in the community.
That's right. And so we want to start with a smaller audience initially to help us get the feedback, help the development team, and the amount of just massive feedback that will come in.
Yeah.
And we will grow that over time to include more and more people.
Alright, so as you heard right there's a big group of people right now that are playing it. I don't think anybody will be able to join right now unless you're good with Microsoft, but that's basically about that. Now, also another thing I want to talk about is during the podcast, he also mentioned they are bringing over a lot of their Windows 10 stuff from PC, and that's kind of a big one. I mean, everybody kind of expected that. I expected that, because Windows 10 just came out like about a month ago. They're going to want to move it over to Xbox One. So here's a little clip from the podcast about him talking about their customized version that they're bringing to Xbox One.
It's actually a highly customized kernel or version of Windows 10, right? So it's not like it has printer drivers because we don't need them.
That's right. It's called One Core.
Right.
You can think of it as the kernel. It's a customized build of Windows 10 specific for Xbox One and the things fans do on Xbox One.
Play games and watch videos.
Playing games.
Right, and all that. Playing games is the big one.
Absolutely. Yep.
Alright, so as you guys heard it, they're basically porting Windows 10 to Xbox One. But now another thing I want to talk about, which probably is my favorite thing out of all this, even better than backwards compatibility. They are going to improve the speeds of the Xbox One. I know this has always been a big issue for me. I don't know if it's been that way for anybody else. But they are finally going to up the speeds for the system, which is probably the best thing they could do. So in this one clip from the podcast, he mentions that they are going to make it faster to be able to get to messages, load up games and everything. I'm going to play that clip right here.
The brand new UI, the new Xbox experience, which everybody is looking forward to. Lots of great features there, super fast and responsive. It's the single thing the team has been very focused on. Fans have told us they want to get into parties faster. They want to see what their friends are doing faster.
They want to look at messages faster.
They want to watch the latest Larry video faster. All of that, we are going to enable with some new features, plus just Windows 10 is allowing us to bring a new level of speed and responsiveness to customers.
Alright guys, so like as you heard, they are going to greatly increase the speeds, and Major Nelson also mentioned later in the podcast that he saw some spreadsheets, and they're actually in Microsoft Office measuring the delay times of how long it takes you to complete a task on the 360 versus the One, and I noticed it's much slower on the One. And I heard it from a Microsoft representative somewhere, I'm not exactly sure the location, but he said 50% faster speeds for the Xbox One. 50% faster. That is going to be a great increase. I am looking so much forward to that. But now also in that clip you heard him mention the new UI, and I wanted to talk about that for a second. I actually have a screenshot, and I am mostly sure that it is true and not a fake rendering. I'm pretty sure this is real. I'm going to display this on the screen right here. Alright, so we're just going to try to dissect this UI right here. So basically we have his, of course, the game, and he has his name at the top right. We got the home, community, and store. It seems that we don't have pins, but I actually heard in the podcast he mentioned something about you had to click the left trigger and it instantly takes you to the pins. So that'll be very helpful. And it looks like we have lots of menus going across the left. So I'm assuming you're going to have to go to the left to go up and down. Kind of like the very old, one of the first Xbox 360 interface, where they had it where it went up and down first, then switched to left and right. Well, it seems like Xbox One is going from left and right and switching to up and down, so kind of ironic. And yeah, there's a couple of screenshots of people that have tried the new UI, and they all are the same, so I know they're not fake. This is actually a real one. So yeah, it's kind of very neat to look at it, and so I'm really looking forward to this new UI. Alright, so I hope you guys learned a lot in this brief thing about the new Xbox One experience, and I haven't said already, that is the nickname that's going to be named it. They officially nicknamed it the new Xbox One experience. And this is probably going to be the biggest update for Xbox One so far, and if I haven't said it already, this comes out in November for most users if you haven't already previewed it or in the testing group yet. And if you're watching this video, you probably aren't, but then again, you might be. So like I said, hope you guys learned a lot. I'll just go over it one more time. We have the new UI, backwards compatibility, Windows 10 porting, and my favorite out of the four, 50% faster loading. So yeah, I hope you guys learned a lot in this video. Hope you guys are hyped about the new update coming out in November. So hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys later.